Please tell me that I'm not the only one that's like, feels like you're rattling in a cage when you are working a 9-to-5 corporate job in an industry that you never imagined yourself in, and you literally just dissociate sometimes during work, outside of work, on the way home from work, and you're like, how did I get here? Like, I know I'm here, but literally, how the freak did I get here? How did I make it to this point where this is my life? What did I do to like get here? And what the freak am I doing? Like, is this my life? Is this all that it's gonna succumb to? Like, I don't want that. I want to frolic in the grass with my 5 children and chickens and goats.
I am feeling like I want to die and that this is complete torture, and I don't know what I did to somebody to make me sit here and do this.
I am so glad I work from home 2 to 3 days a week, because this is me after one day in the office. Like, literally just one. That can't be normal. Like, it's like something about the fluorescent lights and the small talk and how cold it is and how like the like urgency and the fake urgency, it like makes me like this. Like, I need like 2 hours just to lay here afterwards.
Don't crash out, don't crash out. You need that job to pay your bills. Don't crash out, don't crash out, don't crash out. You need that job to pay your bills. Don't crash out. You gotta be.
Is anybody else on the verge of just quitting their job with no backup, no net? Or did you just do that? Because my entire For You page is people who have just quit their corporate job with no backup. And I have some backups, but nothing consistent as far as financial stability and the way that I kind of need it to be, as far as like my corporate position has given me. And I am very scared, but I am literally this close to putting in like a week's notice and just leaving and having full faith that things will work out and that my business is going to get me clients and that these other avenues will work in my favor and I won't be homeless essentially, and I can pay my bills. And it is the scariest thing, the scariest thought. And obviously I have like a great support system, but no one can make the choice for me, you know, and like I have to do that. So if you are in the same boat or have recently done this, please share your story, because I am needing something, some sign, something.
You know what really upsets me in the corporate world is that I feel like I have to validate my feelings. If something upsets me, I always think, did I have the right to be upset? Am I overreacting? I guarantee you no guy's thinking that. Where was this embedded in my brain that I need to do this? Like, God forbid I feel some type of way and somebody makes a comment of, maybe I'm just being too emotional or maybe I'm just too invested. That is what I'm scared of. And I'm not talking about like petty stuff. Like, I'll handle your micromanaging. I'll handle your feedback. I'll handle you not giving credit where credit's due. But what I won't handle, and what really gets under my skin, is when people in the workplace talk down on me, especially when it's like your counterpart. We're the same. Like, you don't get to do this. This is probably just a me problem, but thanks for listening. It's just been a hell of a week, y'all. That's all I can say.
I'm burnt out. I feel like no one talks about corporate crash out, and like, I'm guilty of this as well. Like, I romanticize my life working in corporate. I've worked in corporate for 6 years now, and honestly, like, it's so freaking hard. And you know what? I know that my job is not as hard as people who work in the healthcare industry. I have friends who are nurses who work in healthcare, and honestly, their jobs are 100 times harder than mine. Obviously, I'm not fucking saving lives. Pause, my Uber Eats is here. A corporate crash out called for a Macca's order because I just really needed a shamrock shake. It's borderline giving toothpaste today. I don't know about that. I feel like with my content this year, I want to be a little bit more transparent with my life in a way. Like, I feel like I am pretty private, but I kind of just want to be a little bit more honest about the corporate crash out, work burnout, and all that, because I feel like I owe it to my younger self Don't get me wrong, I do really like my job, and I'm not saying that because I'm talking about corporate crash. I'm like, I love my job though, blah, blah. No, I do actually like my job, and if I didn't, I wouldn't stay in it. However, let me just tell you right now, it is so hard sometimes to just be doing the same thing every single day, have emails being spammed at you, people asking you questions all the time, and you just being like, I actually don't know the answer to this, and feeling stupid, because that's how I felt a lot recently. And it's not nice. And like, you know, I've been working in supply chain for quite a few years now, and I still am learning, and like, that's okay. But it's so hard, and it's such a bruise to your own ego sometimes, and you're just like, I can't answer your question. I'm sorry, I'm just a girl. The biggest thing I've learned though in corporate is being a people pleaser is not really going to get you anywhere, and just saying yes to everything is, you know, sometimes saying yes to things is a really good opportunity to, you know, learn new skills, learn new things, meet new people and all that stuff. Network is net worth. But like, no, seriously though, sometimes say no, because like, if it's not your job, then it's not your job. Don't take it on because you're just going to burn out, because that's something I really struggled with last year, especially because I joined a new company and I was just saying yes to everything, and I was like, actually, is this my responsibility? And also, you would think after 4.5 years of working in the plumbing industry, working in a male-dominated industry as a young female, that I would now be at a point where I'm feeling really resilient. No, it still sticks with you. So like, I'm still learning to say no to things and just being like, actually, no, this is not my job. Actually, no. Or just like, you know, putting my foot down. Something that just like young females do not get taught enough. Put your damn foot down. Anyways, life overall is really good, and I do enjoy my job, and I love the company that I work for. Honestly, sometimes.
Now, I've been in corporate America for 2.5 years. Prior to that, I was in the film industry, and after COVID, it just became a lot. It's a lot. It's not really a career, it's a lifestyle. Anyways, all to say, I moved into corporate because, you know, 9 to 5, dream, desk job. Holy shit, do I hate it. I'm not meant for this. I'm not meant for this. And what I've noticed is the people that I've worked with that thrive in that kind of environment thrive on the stress. And it's like, they love to hear themselves talk. Let's have a meeting, and then let's have a follow-up meeting. We should probably have a pre-meeting to discuss the things that we're going to talk about in the meeting, and then let's have a wrap-up meeting after. Then let's do some one-on-one meetings, some team building. Then we're going to schedule you. Holy, what, oh my God. So anyways, moral of the story is I'm going back to bartending. I can't do it. I just can't.
I find it interesting that right now in history, the term crashing out is popular and trending, because I think it's very emblematic of how we are just fed up with late stage capitalism and overwhelmed and oversaturated with negativity in our lives, that there is really no other option than mental break. Because remember, this is coming after the Great Resignation, quiet quitting, all of these moments where we've been trying to share our needs to the world and they've just been blatantly ignored, and now we're just all collectively fed up. And I see this with so many of my clients who are coming to me just like, Chelsea, I need a better way to work. This isn't working for me. How can I survive and not keep doing this shit? And of course we come up with a plan, but if this is you right now, just know that you're not alone, because your needs weren't met and you already shared them, and now it's time for you to build something different.
I'm about to walk into a restaurant and apply and talk to the manager because I'm quitting my corporate job. Your girl spent several years in restaurants, so this is something that I know how to do. I know can generate enough money to at least pay the bills. If the bills are paid, we're okay until we figure out the next step of the journey. You can take a temporary step back. It's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna waste any more of my time thinking things are gonna get better. I thought I could get better while staying in the place that was poisoning me. No. I can't. I tried. I am so mentally debilitated from my current corporate job that I can't do anything else. I can't chase after anything else. I am existing. I am barely surviving. Enough. This is enough. So I'm going in and I'm applying. We're walking. I'm gonna shit myself. Girlie has not interviewed in a minute. Okay, I just left. I waited in there to like hand over my application and hand over my resume and my cover letter. I can't believe I just did that. I've secured an interview for Friday at 3:30. If this is the right opportunity for me, it will come to me and everything will be great.
I am 28 years old, and I've only been working in corporate America for, let's just say, like 5.5 years. Graduated college in 2019, got my first corporate job at the age of 22. A couple months later, turned 23. So yes, about 5.5 years. And the thought of doing this, like working in corporate America for what feels like the rest of my life, because I just don't understand or see how retiring is even a possibility at this point, pains me. It pains me. I just don't belong in corporate America. I feel it in my freaking soul. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Corporate America is not for Julia Reiner. It's not for freaking half the population at this point, because we're all freaking miserable and we're all underpaid. We work way too many hours and we don't get paid enough. Overworked, underpaid. There it is. That's what I feel like right now. And the fact that it has only been 5.5 years in corporate America is just, oh God, it is painful to even think about. Also, side note, look at my rings. They're so cute. I just like, I know that this is not what I am supposed to be doing for the rest of my life. It does not feel right. Oh my God, like the fact that I work 40 hours, sometimes more a week, and I don't even have enough money to like contribute to my savings. That's mind-boggling to me. That is so incredibly mind-boggling to me. The fact that my student loans are $500 a month and I have to potentially start paying my federal loan soon, screwed. I'm literally screwed. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do that. The fact that I am working, I'm overworked, underpaid. I can't put money into my savings. I can't, like, oh my God. God forbid I had to get a freaking college degree. Why did I do that? Student loans are ridiculous. I'm trying not to stress. Is this what crashing out is? I think that's what's happening. I just want to frolic through the fields, create silly little content, and not work a day in corporate America ever in my life. How do I do that?
Okay, so I just got back from PTO. I had 536 unread emails. Now I am finally caught up and everyone is welcoming me back. And I say this one thing that I have no clue why I say it. Everyone says it. Glad to be back. Thank you. Glad to be back. No, the fuck, I'm not. But I'm just like, oh, I'm so happy to be back. No, I'm not. And everyone keeps slacking me. I have to take down the palm tree emoji because I'm no longer on vacation, but I wish I were.
It really tells you that when you're in a corporate 9 to 5, you just really lose all of your sense of creativity. I know that this is true because when I wasn't in my 9 to 5 about 6 weeks ago, I just had a rush of like everything that I wanted to do and I was so excited about, and I wanted to create and I wanted to post on TikTok and I wanted to do all of these things. And now I've been 6 weeks into this job and I feel like it's just come to a complete halt. I know that this is because of my 9 to 5. Luckily, I quit. So I did give a month's notice because I wanted to be really nice to my boss, although that still wasn't enough. She wanted me to stay until September, but I said, hey, no thanks. Anyway, I'm going to get that back and I'm excited. I'm excited to document that and kind of get me back. But it just really is kind of insane that in 6 weeks, I literally have gone from being like some of my most productive, happiest, fittest self to like wanting to curl up. I'm literally sitting in a hot car right now while I'm taking a lunch break just to like escape. And I don't want to turn on the car because gas. So I'm literally just sitting here and I'm like, wow, being in a hot car is better than being in my office. Yeah.
I feel so freaking mentally depleted after one day of being at work. And it's like, I do not like the person that I am when I am in that atmosphere. It's like, and there's this little saying that I keep hearing of like, be a thermostat, not a thermometer. But it is freaking impossible to be in an atmosphere and like not be contaminated by it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's literally the equivalent of like peak COVID and like me sitting in a room with people who have COVID and expecting not to get COVID. Like, it's impossible. Like, I cannot remain who I am in an atmosphere like that. And it's so, I want to, oh my my God. I genuinely do not want to go back there tomorrow. Like, I'm not freaking kidding. I do not want to go back. I am fed up. And I don't know if like God is like allowing me to get to this place so I can like genuinely lock in and like pursue wholeheartedly the things that like he's put on my heart. But it's like, I cannot live my life like this. I refuse to literally wake up every morning and that's what I have to look forward to for 8 hours, for 9 hours. Like, I cannot do it. Seriously.
I don't want to work. What's your dream job? Not having one. That is my dream. What are your goals 5 to 10 years from now? Not working. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I can tell you a job is not in my future. That's what I envision my future. What makes you passionate about this line of work? The thought that I can retire early. What makes you get up out of bed every morning and get ready for work? The fear of being homeless. The fear of not having food to eat. Did you think it was that I just loved the job so much? What's not clocking? What's not clocking to you?
I don't know where y'all work at, but where I work at, I want to crash out daily. And my husband can attest to this. It is so imperative that I, have to advocate for myself at work. Because where I work, sometimes it is easy to shift blame, and it is very easy for you to be made to feel incompetent. So I am constantly having to reiterate and repeat myself and provide paper trails and things of such that, hey, I am doing my job. I am in fact probably overdoing it. So please don't come to me and tell me how I am doing things wrong or not being efficient if you haven't policed me in the past 6 months, in the past 3 months, in the past year, in the past 2 years. On the final hour, it should not be an issue if I've been getting A's across the board doing the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So I get so frustrated and I be feeling so gaslit that I be wanting to crash out. I be wanting to crash out. And, oh, you're okay. This is a no fault against you. You are doing everything great. This is not a negative reflection. And I had to say, this is becoming a pattern. It's becoming so much of a pattern that I have to start speaking up and advocating for myself and voicing like, hey, I don't know how you guys are talking up here, but when it comes down here, it's A, B, C. Nobody's ever on the same page.
One thing about adulting that people don't tell you is that if you find a job and then it gets toxic, you end up hating it, and you just want to quit. But you can't, because then you won't have health care, you won't have benefits, no insurance, and
I go back into work next week. It's the end of my maternity leave. So time for my scheduled crash out. Maybe I should just quit and downsize my life. And I feel like this is like a regularly scheduled crash out. I have it every once in a while because of the mom guilt that comes with being a corporate girly and having kids. And I try to mitigate that by working extra hard to make even more money to be able to have a nanny, to have my kids at home with me. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm at a constant battle of like the super go-getter persona that I've always been, where I've always had a job since I was 13. I wanted to keep building from where my parents left us off at. My parents came here from DR when we were really small. Granted, my dad was an engineer. My mom was a chemist back in DR, but when they got here, they had nothing. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, all 5 of us, and my dad handed out newspapers to make money. And from there, they climbed up, and I was always like, okay, from where they left us, I'm going to continue building, and I'm going to continue doing more, which is part of where that ambition comes from, to want to continue hustling and having that go-getter mentality. But having a child definitely provides a different kind of energy, because you're like, I just want to be with my kids. So I'm literally driving around looking at houses that are half the price of our home And I feel like I do this every once in a while where I'm just like, you know what, screw it. We don't need any of the extra stuff. We could just have a very simple life. Like, I don't have to constantly be trying to build and get more. I could just chill out and just be at home with my kids. It's an ongoing battle. I had a leader at one of the organizations I was at tell me, she's like, there are several people in the world who I've met who have that fire in their belly, and you're one of those people, which is why I do well in sales, actually. I am someone who's constantly like, yo, I need to build something. Maybe that building is a family and a home, honestly. I don't know. I go through this often, and if you're my manager, I'm not considering this at all. I'm gonna stay at work indefinitely. I definitely am grateful for my job, and I am grateful for the flexibility that I have being able to work from home. A lot of women, when they finish maternity leave, they have to leave the house entirely, and they have to sign their kids up for daycare, and it sucks. And I know that out of all the avenues I have, honestly, best case scenario. So that's something I consider too, and that's why this whole thing is just, this is just my regularly programmed crash out. I'm just a mom. And I just want to be with my kids and be the one to make their food and change their diapers. But yeah, tune in next week. Back to work. Unless I randomly sell my house. Which I won't do if you're my manager watching this video.
If I wasn't crashing out last night, I'm crashing out right now, right here, right now. I just got a happy work anniversary ping. Happy work anniversary. Happy X amount of years at the company. It made me realize how many more years truly I have of corporate America still. Like so many more years until I'm out of here. Whoa, so many. So if you could just like, follow, repost something so I can get out sooner.